America. And we're going to live here happily in America. Our founding fathers crossed the seas and built the new world colonies. But King George wouldn't set them free, so they fought a revolution, the American Revolution. How we the people here decree, we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America.
Hi, my name's Diane. You're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. This week we welcome Sue Ellen. Hi, Sue Ellen.
Hello, Diane.
And it's Auellen Apley, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and Sue Ellen is an amazing woman in our community, and we're going to learn a lot about her and the services she provides. But before we do, I'd like to look in the camera and say hi to someone in our home viewership. And I'm going to start by saying hi to all the students at Lydia Hawk.
And I would like to say hello to my wonderful grandchildren, who I know are going to be watching this show, and to my daughter and to my son.
Fabulous. And I have to say hi to Mr. Feeney. He tapes all the shows. Or so he says. Anyway, wow. So I feel like you're a whole Pandora's box, and I don't really know quite how to open you, but I want to start by saying that Sue Ellen is a volunteer for all seasons. Is that a fair thing to say?
That definitely is a fair thing to say.
So she's a little lady, only 4'11", is that right?
That is very right.
But she does a lot of volunteering in our community, and probably a lot of you recognized her. So can we start maybe by talking about the seasons, and then we'll kind of unravel a lot of this other stuff as we go along?
We certainly can.
For instance, what would a typical fall look like to you?
Okay, a typical fall would be children going back to school, which is an important thing for all of us to work towards getting our children ready. We have what they call the Little Red Schoolhouse. That's an important thing that actually starts in August, but that gets the kids ready for fall. And we do backpacks, school supplies, and clothing, and shoes.
Can I stop you right there? We do. Who's the we?
Okay, we are called the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Okay, so the Little Red Schoolhouse. And if I'm a mom, and it's August, and it's time for my kids to go back to school, and I don't have a lot of money, how do I get a hold of the Little Red Schoolhouse?
What you're going to do is call Cheryl, and she's going to give you all the information, telling you that this is at Jefferson Middle School on the third Thursday of August.
Okay.
And it's the same time every year, and it starts at 7 a.m. and runs until 5 p.m. in the evening that one day.
And then people come, parents come and get what they need for their kids. Is that school supplies, paper and pencil, or is it backpacks and lunch boxes?
It's a backpack filled with all the school supplies for your particular school, that your children.
Oh, so everything comes in the backpack.
Everything comes in your backpack.
Wow. And you contact the school, so one for Lydia Hawk might be a little different than one for Roosevelt.
Yes, absolutely. All the schools are different.
What a lot of work.
It's a very lot of work that they go out. This is a community donation type thing, and the Red Schoolhouse is in charge of this.
Okay, do you have something here that might look like something you might get at the Little Red Schoolhouse?
I do. We have these wonderful backpacks that every child gets, and they all come from donations. People make donations for us to purchase all of these backpacks.
So they're brand new.
They are brand new. They've never been used, which is very important.
Boy, that's a snazzy looking one. I like that one. I'd like that one myself.
And they're going to get a wonderful school box.
Okay.
And it is filled with lots of good stuff that they're going to need for school.
Okay. So somebody must spend a lot of time on the phone or on the internet finding out what each. Do they divide it by grade? I mean, do you
They divide it by grades and by school. And you know how like at school on the school window, it says, these are your supplies?
Yes.
We have the same supplies at the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Okay. And I used to post things for the South Bay website. I don't anymore, but when I did, those were things that they could find on the website. It might actually still be there.
And it might be.
Lydia Hawk, do they have one on the Lydia Hawk?
I really don't know, but we have one. The children at Lydia Hawk also do come to the Little Red Schoolhouse.
They do?
Absolutely, they do.
Okay.
Including our high schoolers, they also come.
Okay, so your fall probably starts right around in August with Little Red Schoolhouse.
Absolutely.
And then after our kids are ready for school, and you spend a lot of volunteer hours.
Absolutely.
With Volunteer
Absolutely.
Schoolhouse. And then moving on in fall, what goes on in your life?
Okay, after the kids are all ready for school, we then are getting ready for Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving means I then donate with Barb's and Friends.
Oh.
That is a wonderful organization that has been around here in Thurston County for a long time.
Did Barb O'Neill start that?
Barb O'Neill started this,
How
I
many
believe
years
it was
ago?
30 years ago. We had the 30th anniversary. I think it was just in 2009.
Wow. And how many members of Barb's and Friends are there?
There are not really a lot of members. There are probably about 15 members, and then after those 15 members, they have to be volunteers.
Okay.
It's amazing on how many volunteers pull Barb's and Friends together.
Oh, so there's a lot of volunteers.
There's lots
but
of
not
volunteers,
a lot of members.
but
now,
not
is
necessarily-
Rodney O'Neill in charge of that?
Yes, Rodney O'Neill
Okay.
now is in charge of Barb's and Friends after his mom left this
Barb was
world.
a beautiful woman that left a tremendous legacy.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
She did, and she fed so many people, and that's why,
She did. She used to have the Barb's, it was a barbecue.
yes. And her
Downtown.
son still has the barbecue.
Is that
and
right?
does
Good.
catering, barbecues, and they make fundraisers, and that is how they
Okay.
are able to feed the hungry and the low income for a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner.
See, we're not allowed to advertise on public access, and I want you to know that everything that Sue Ellen does is all not for profit. So she starts in the fall, in late summer, with the schoolhouse, Little Red Schoolhouse. Then around Thanksgiving time, what if other people wanted to get involved? Because I know I've served before.
Anybody can get.
What should they do?
They can just call in the phone book, in the service directories. There's phone numbers, and it has all sorts of service project places, and you can call and say, I'd like to volunteer, what can I do?
But it's actually Barb and Friends that serve our
Thanksgiving
community
dinner.
for Thanksgiving, and it's a wonderful meal, I
Yes,
know.
it is.
Thanksgiving, and they also do them for Christmas, too.
We do, and we also do the clothing room for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, for both? Do you want
For
to
both of
talk
them.
about, besides having a wonderful meal, they also have a clothing room. But the thing that probably touched my heart the most was that Barb's Friends provide a kind of a gift-giving room, would you call it?
That is for Christmas, and they have two types. They have what they call the boutique, which is really a neat room. That's where the children come in, and they get to go shopping for free. And they get to choose one present for mom and one present for dad. And then we have a gift table, and the children get to wrap them up their own way. And it's really exciting to be able to see that. This last Christmas, I was in charge of that boutique room, and I had 435 children that came through. It was an awesome long day.
Probably went through a lot of tape.
But it was just great to see them do this,
Okay.
to choose.
So if people want to donate to this gift room or to the clothing room, or if they want to help serve, would it be best to look for Barb's Friend? Are they listed in the phone book?
They are listed in
Under
the phone
service
book under
organizations.
service organizations.
Okay,
Yes.
so now that's Thanksgiving and then Christmas. Do you get to rest in spring?
Oh no, that's far from resting. We're then getting ready for summertime, and then we have all the clothing banks that are here in Thurston County that we've got to get ready for summer, We got to get ready for spring. And so we have to make sure we have shorts and sandals and everything the
For who?
children need. We
Who are
have
you getting
children, we have grandmas, we have grandpas, and we have infants that we clothe for.
So if you're at home and you have some clothing that your kids have outgrown, they can be donated through Sue Ellen to what organization?
Okay, I have a People Helping People, and what I do is somebody just has to give me a call, and I will come to your home and I will take them away, so you don't even have to drop them off anywhere. I give that service to them. I also, if you are having a garage sale and you don't want the rest of your garage sale, I will take absolutely everything from your garage
your
sale.
husband loves this.
He does. My house is full.
I bet your house is full.
And I'll take it away, and then I'll put your garage right back to the way it was, and you don't have to worry about anything anymore.
And then what do you do with all this stuff that you collect? How? Okay, go on.
Okay, well, I take the clothing, and what I first do is I divide it out. There are baby banks, there are the clothing banks.
Baby banks?
There is, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's a wonderful organization. We also have the young mothers that are having babies that are teenagers that also need the help. We have our clothing banks, and then we have the things where Barb's and Friends has clothing. Just everybody has a little bit of clothing here and there, along with our schools. Some of our children don't have clothes.
Oh, I know.
And so somebody has to have these clothes.
Yeah. Now, okay, that's through the seasons, but there's something that sadly goes on all year round that I know that you deal with that I want to talk about. And I don't know if you know what I'm alluding to.
I think I do.
But I'm talking about the homeless population
We
in Thurston
definitely,
County.
we have a very big homeless.
Be honest with me, have you seen it grow?
I've seen it grow.
Are you sure you're not just being exposed to more of it, or do you really think there's more numbers out there?
No, it definitely has grown. The numbers are, in the census that they have taken at this point, we are probably about 53% more than we were in the year of 2008.
Oh my goodness.
And this is they have an organization called City Gates, and it's an awesome ministry. And they go out literally on the streets on Thursday night down at the Transit Bus Center, downtown Olympia.
Okay.
And they give clothing. You can also get a nice cup of coffee or cocoa. They have a wonderful children's ministry van.
And what is the name of this organization?
This is called City Gates.
City Gates. Do they need
This is
volunteers? Do they
They
need people?
always need volunteers that can go out there on a Thursday night. All you have to do is be out there.
I could just show up?
You could
to
just
help?
show up.
And where did you say they are?
This is at the Transit Bus Station.
Oh, sure, I know
right
where that
downtown
is.
in Olympia.
So and then homeless people show up there and they know.
They show up there, and they
what-
know they're going to be there. They're there every single Thursday, except for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
But otherwise, they are very
So
faithful.
what kind of things do we need for our homeless?
Okay, for our homeless, we need long johns, jeans, hats, gloves, nice warm boots, just something to keep them warm. Sleeping bags are very important. We also have the little babies that are living out there on the street.
Are we talking about people in tents or in people
Some people are in tents, some are under the bridge, some are just in the woods.
Do we have a tent city around
We have
here?
a tent city, but I don't know where it has moved to at this present time. At one time, it was just right downtown, literally,
really?
right by
Yeah.
11th Street.
So many of us are so lucky, and we just go through our days complaining about maybe somebody at the office or whatever, and we forget that there's a whole community.
There's a whole community down there that have, but you can feel the feelings. These people are so thankful that these people are there, that you feel it. You
Okay.
feel their warmth,
Okay.
and they are so friendly.
Of all the things that you do, what touches you the most?
I think probably working with my teen moms. I have a lot of teen moms that I work with. Last
Is there a
night,
name for that organization? Okay.
it's just lots of teen moms that are here in the Thurston County area.
Okay.
That some of them are in our school systems, some of them are just runaways. And they are directed to me through certain organizations. And they call me and they say, hey, like my newest one last night was a 17-year-old girl. She was a runaway. Her mom thought she was dead. It was really pathetic. But she found out that daughter finally called. Why did daughter call? Because guess what, Mom? I'm pregnant with twins. And they are due in 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
So she's home because she's having a terrible sick pregnancy. So Mom comes to me and says, I have nothing for my daughter. What can I do? So I fill her order for her twins last night. But in order to fill this particular order, it took 5 peoples donating to me of the People Helping People so I could fill this order for this young little 17-year-old to have her things that she needed to start this baby.
Yeah.
But I sent them on their way, packed their truck, packed their car, and these babies hopefully
Have a good
will
start.
be a good start.
Yeah, but babies grow and babies need
grow.
more things.
And as they grow, they still know the People Helping People lady is there.
Good.
And so when they're done with size 0 to 3, bring that back. I'll give you 3 to 6. And so we just keep trading it along. You have a friend.
Almost like a library.
It's almost like a library.
Yay, I'm a librarian. So
Yes,
you're
it
like
almost
a library of...
It is. We have to, because if we don't recycle it, then it gets lost.
Yeah.
And once it gets lost, then I can't turn it in to help somebody else. So the object is to keep it going. You know, it's kind of a pay forward, people helping people. If I can help you, maybe you can help somebody else. And that's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And if I can help you, just all I ask is give my phone number.
And the phone number is on the, didn't we put in the ending credits, I believe?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
So I do appreciate that, so people will know all about me.
So whatever made you get started? I mean, some people that volunteer, they pick one agency, but you help fund most or a lot, or the majority maybe, of the not-for-profits in our area. So how long ago did you get started, and why did you get started?
Well, I got started in 2003. Okay. I happened to be the school cook at Lydia Hawk, and I've been there for 23 years. And in 2003, the custodian was going to throw the coats out into the dumpster.
Oh, that's what started.
And so I said to him, I said, what are you going to do with those? And he says, I'm throwing them out.
Yeah.
And I says, oh, please, can I have them? He says, what are you going to do with a bunch of dirty, smelly coats?
Yeah.
I says, I'm going to call my husband and have him come get them in the truck, and we're going to the laundromat tonight.
Yeah.
And so after we did that, I decided, what am I going to do with all these coats?
Yeah.
And so I started searching out all of our service organizations, the clothing banks, and that's how I got involved. I joined in 2003, the Adventist Community Center.
Seventh-day Adventist?
Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh, they have a center too?
They do, on Puget and Pine.
Okay.
And they're open on Tuesdays. And so I just fell in love with those little old ladies. They are just awesome. And so I decided, but I still have too many coats. So I needed to spread my wings. And so there was like 4 clothing banks that I started working with. And then I broadened out to the Little Red Schoolhouse and found out that I could go a long ways. And so in 2008, I then became a board member of the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Oh, you're on the board.
Because I am one of their big providers.
Oh, I see. And I do want to say, I want to interrupt here because I also work at Lydia Hawk. I work in the public school system. And normally with coach, the coach Sue Allen was talking about, lost and found coats that have been there for 6 months, don't know what to do with, and usually they're given to the Goodwill, almost always. But these that she's speaking of, had to be cleaned up, and so they just weren't.
No,
Yeah,
they just weren't.
because normally we don't throw things in the garbage. Please don't think
No.
that. But that special group.
But this particular group, they were sick of having them sitting there.
Yeah.
And so now I am the automatic pickup of the lost and found of 8 schools in the Thurston School District.
Oh, so instead of giving them to the Goodwill, now they give them to you.
They come to me,
Keep 'em
and
in
we do the
school.
laundering of them, and then we get them all ready, bagged up, sized, and then they all start for school in the Little Red
Okay.
Schoolhouse now.
Wow.
It's a good
Well,
organization for
You
these.
are a busy lady.
I am.
And now, so are these organizations looking for people?
They're always looking for people to help. There is never a service place that doesn't have enough
Isn't that
people.
something? So if you're sitting home thinking maybe you feel unvalued or you feel, like you've been watching too much TV and you want to get in the community and really make a difference, call this lady.
That's right, and I can give them a directions to where to go.
Or, maybe they could call you and say, because maybe they don't know where to start. I know someone that retired from teaching. She ended up rocking babies at the hospital. Now, who would ever know that there was such a thing, a need to rock babies in the hospital?
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you about some of the things on our table and why they're there. Why would this be on the table?
Okay. These wonderful beads are some of the things that would be at Barb's and Friends in the boutique that the children then get to choose for their mother.
So if you have leftover jewelry or anything like that, they would call Barb's and Friends, and it would be something you could donate. I think I did that wrong. It'd be something you could donate for their boutique that they have for the, so the kids, most little kids would love to give things like this to their moms
they
and their
really do.
grandmas. I love that little store. That's so fun. And why would you have these here? What would these be for?
The gloves would be for the children that live out on the street. They would be also for children for going to school.
Okay.
Because they need to keep their hands warm, and if that's your only source of heat, is having a glove. But we always need big ones, little ones, and little tiny small ones.
So if you have extra gloves at home, or even if you've got some cash and you want to go out and buy some nice warm gloves, don't forget our homeless. So many of us complain about little picky things about our jobs, and it's sad to think there's people out there with nothing. And this would be for the homeless?
That also would be for the homeless to keep their neck nice and warm, or they can tie it around their head.
Okay. Now, why would we have a toy here? I'm not sure of that. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I'm Magnus.
A toy would be, children need toys. And this particular toy is a very educational toy.
Okay.
So it's going to teach them, for the kids that can't have a lot of toys, it's going to teach them some hand-eye coordination.
Okay.
It's going to teach them colors. And we can use these type things for any children. I also work with daycares. They always need toys.
Okay.
So it's just, a toy is a good thing.
So you might donate this to a daycare?
This could definitely go to a daycare. It also could go to the baby bank, which again are some of the
baby
low-income
bank. That's
children
right.
that also need.
Well, I brought some things, and because I didn't know if you could use some things, so because it seems like you are meeting everybody's needs.
I try my best.
This is brand new. It's never been used. It's the price. I bought it on sale. I bought it after. So this, could you use a stuffed animal? This is brand new. I bought it on sale.
Absolutely.
What would you do with this?
Now, one like that would go to one of our local hospitals. We have the emergency rooms where they give stuffed animals to the children when they are scared. If they've been in an accident, they're going to have surgery. Also, the children's ward. They use them for that, too.
This brand new little guy'd like to do this. You don't use used stuffed animals, do you?
Used stuffed animals, they cannot go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But they can go to the nursing homes for their bingo. And they love stuffed animals because it keeps them good company.
Well, this guy, I wondered why I bought him. I guess I bought him for you. Oh, my goodness.
So
They're
this new
saying
little
we
guy
have to
could
wrap
go.
up, but I want to show you. I have shoes. These are kind of thin. You probably need heavier shoes. But these would be nice if somebody was applying for a job, maybe?
Absolutely. We have the Capitol Clubhouse, which is downtown Olympia.
But
That
don't-
helps you get clothes for work.
All right.
For men or for women.
And here's a man. What size clothing? You said you have a special need.
Our special needs
This is
on...
an extra, extra large.
Oh, we love those big sizes because we do have anywhere from 2 to 5X people. And People forget that people need these sizes of clothing. It's really important to remember
Okay,
these
so
people.
extra large sizes, we really need those. Now wait, don't, the camera crews, the show's wrapping up. They're saying wrap up. How about utensils? If you bought new utensils, please call Sue Ellen, because these would go to where?
Those would go to the clothing bank and out of the Woods program.
Ah, so you know, you've been just wonderful to have. You're an amazing woman. Thanks for all the time
you're
you
welcome.
give. Goodbye to our home viewers. Thanks to a fabulous crew. And volunteer if you can. And if you have things to donate, look for the phone number in the ending credits. Bye.
Thank you very much.
You did a fabulous job.
I told you I could talk.
Well, and it was organized. I think the way we did it.
Oh, it worked out fine.
It worked out
We've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Our founding fathers crossed the seas and built the new world colonies. But King George wouldn't set them free, so they fought a revolution, the American Revolution. Oh, we the people here decree, we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. The English army came in boats. It was buckskin versus bright red coats. Then the Yankees won the war and wrote our country's constitution, the United States Constitution. Oh, we the people here decree, we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Through the passing years, the pioneers crossed the frontier without rest. Oh, the land was new when this country grew, from the east coast to the west. Oh, we the people here decree, we've the right to life and liberty. We're